Students, now this one is a very important topic. Topic important from exam point of view. Topic important from a point of view of a person who is a Bachelor of Science. If you're a BSc person, and especially if you're BSc in Zoology, a layman will expect that you know this concept of blood group. Although we human beings have the same composition of blood, कोई difference नहीं है हम लोगों में. We have the same composition of blood. We all have RBCs, we all have blood plasma, plasma proteins, WBCs, thrombocyte, platelets, all those clotting factors, सब कुछ same है हम लोगों में. But there's one small thing, one small protein which is present on the surface of an RBC, which divide us human beings into 4 different groups on the basis of difference of blood. This topic or this lecture is for understanding how this blood grouping takes place and what is this blood grouping actually is. This is also part of your practical. So at the end of the video lecture, I'm going to show you or I'm going to demonstrate to you how the practical has to be done. Students, whenever a person is sick or suffers a hemorrhage, means blood loss, and the person is in need of blood, जब उसे blood की जरूरत होती है तो हम सब जाते हैं blood bank. और blood bank में जाने के बाद में हम identity और the most important criteria जो हम देते हैं, that is the type of blood, means the group of blood. Now there are 4 groups of blood. One is A, B, AB and O. ये तो group of blood है. Then something which is called as RH factor. उसमें कुछ होता है जैसे plus means positive and minus means negative. So your blood group could be A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive and AB negative, O positive and O negative. Now here we are going to discuss what is this factor, the protein which is responsible to give you or to categorize you in this blood groups. So how to categorize this blood groups actually? Now as I said, there is a small protein which is present on the surface of your RBC. This is basically a surface protein. It's a surface protein and it is only present in your RBC. There are basically 2 surface proteins. One is A and this other is B. Either one of them is present on your surface of your RBC. Either A would be there or B would be there. If both of them present on the RBC, then you have the blood group AB. So if you have an antigen or a surface protein A on your RBC, your blood group will be A. If there's B, your blood group will be B. If you have both the antigens or both the A and B surface protein on your RBC, your blood group will be AB. Simple sa funda hai, but there's one more thing. Why can't a person who has a blood group A give his blood to a person who has blood group B? Or why can't a person who has a blood group AB gives his blood to B or to A? ये जानना बहुत जरूरी है. Now remember, the transfer of blood or donation of blood, what we say, is called as transfusion. We call it as transfusion, blood transfusion. And we give that blood in the blood capillaries. That's why transfusion, transfer, infusion, because you're mixing your blood to some other bodies. So when we go to a blood bank, person asks, what is the blood group of the person? Means the recipient who is going to get the blood is known as the recipient. And the person who is going to give the blood is known as the donor. The blood group of the donor should match with the blood group of the recipient. A person who has A blood group can donate blood to a person who is A. He can't donate blood to B. He can't donate blood to a recipient of blood group O, but he can donate blood to a recipient of blood group AB. A person who has B can't donate to O, can't donate to A, but he can donate to a blood group person who has a blood group B or AB. O can donate to blood O, it can donate to A, a person who has blood group B, as well as blood group A and B or AB. Whereas the person who has blood group AB can't donate to a person with O, neither with A, neither with B, and he can donate to a person only with the blood group AB. So what we see over here, a recipient who has a blood group AB can get blood from O, he can get blood from A, he can accept blood from B as well as AB. That's why a person who has a blood group AB is known as universal recipient. Whereas a recipient of blood group O can get blood only from O, but a donor of blood group O can donate to O, A, B as well as AB. That's why a donor of blood group O, a O donor, is known as universal donor. Now why is it that? Let's see. This is all because of the presence of an antigen or surface protein on the surface of the RBC, your red blood cells. So if you have a blood group A, your RBC shows presence of antigen A. If you have blood group B, your RBC shows presence of antigen B. If the person has a blood group AB, the RBC will show presence of both the antigen A as well as B. Then the question comes, why doesn't the blood of a person who belongs to A can be transfused to the person of giving blood group B? Along with the RBCs, the plasma has antibody anti-B. In case of the person who has a blood group A, when he has an antigen A on his RBC, he has an antibody B in his plasma. The person who has a blood group B will have an antibody A in his plasma. Whereas the person who has the blood group AB doesn't show presence of any antibody. There is no antibody at all. Whereas the person who has blood group O doesn't show presence of any antigen, no antigen at all, but shows presence of both the antibodies. Now what happens? See, if the person who has blood group A, and by mistake if his blood has been transfused to a person who has blood group B, the antibody A will react with the antigen A present on the RBC and they will form a clump. Now what happens? This is known as agglutination. Students, agglutination is different from clotting. Clotting and agglutination are totally different thing. ये दोनों बहुत अलग चीजें हैं. Remember, ये क्वेश्चन आपको ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप में पूछा जा सकता है. Transfusion of mismatched blood group results into agglutination or clotting. So that would be agglutination and not clotting. I'll tell you how agglutination takes place. But first of all, When a donor of blood group A gives blood to a recipient of blood group B, the antibody A present in the recipient's body will react with the antigen A present on the donor's RBC, and that will lead to agglutination, clumping of red blood cells. That leads to a septic, even internal bleeding, or blocking, or hypoxia, or even jaundice. So the person may suffer a septic shock. Same thing happens vice versa. When a donor of blood group B donates blood mistakenly to a person who has blood group A, so in presence of antibody B, the antibody B present in the serum or in the plasma of the recipient will react with the antigen B present on the RBCs of the donor, leading into agglutination. But due to absence of any antibody in a person who has blood group AB, anyone can give blood to AB because there is no antibody, nothing to react with the antigens. The person who has the person who has blood group AB can receive blood from A, B, AB himself, or O. On the other hand, O, the person who has blood group O, doesn't show presence of any antigen on his RBC. And due to lacking of any antigen, this RBC bearing or this blood can be given to any person, because as there is no antigen, there won't be any agglutination. The anti-B or anti-A won't act against or won't form an agglutination reaction with the RBC of a blood group O. And that's why O person becomes universal donor and AB becomes universal recipient. In case of a person who has a blood group O, as there is no antigen but it shows presence of both the antibodies in the plasma, a person who has blood group O cannot accept blood from A, B or AB because both the antibodies are present in his plasma and he can accept blood only from a person who is O. That's why people who have blood group O are advised to donate blood regularly to keep their own blood, or to say blood group O, in reserve. This becomes rare. So we have universal recipient and universal donor, whereas universal donor needs blood only from his own blood group. तो अगली बार आपसे कोई पूछे कि ये हिंदू का खून या मुसलमान का खून, फर्क करके बता, बनाने वाले ने फर्क नहीं किया, तो उसको बताना कि नहीं, ब्लड ग्रुप अलग अलग है। तो किसी का खून मिक्स मत करो, क्लम्पिंग हो जाएगा और सेप्टिक हो सकता है। क्या होगा अगर मिसमैच हो गया तो? हाँ, ये होता है अग्लूटिनेशन। सो व्हाट आई सेड, अग्लूटिनेशन इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम क्लॉटिंग। सो वी हैव एन एंटीजन ऑन द आरबीसी। लेट्स से दिस इज एन एंटीजन ए। ये ब्लड था, ब्लड ग्रुप, ये जो ब्लड था, this blood was from a person who has blood group A, and by mistake that blood was given to a person of blood group B. That person has an antibody A in his plasma. Now what the antibodies will do, antibodies are like lock and key. So antigen becomes the lock and antibodies are the key. So this key is fixed exactly in this lock and they form a bond. So इस तरह के antibodies will form a bond and they will attach two RBCs together. So they will attach two RBCs together, clumping them. They will clump the RBCs. They will clump the RBCs, or they will aggregate the RBCs, or they will agglutinate the RBCs. So they will be forming a clump, a thick clump or a thick clot of blood in the blood vessel. Now what will happen if such thing happens, if this agglutination takes place inside the blood vessels? Obviously there won't be flow of blood to the different organs and the organs will suffer from lack of oxygen or hypoxia, and they may also suffer toxicity. So this becomes very dangerous. This is very lethal actually, and that's why mismatch of blood has to be prevented. For that, we have to perform a test, a very simple and small test known as agglutination test. Students, ये हमको प्रैक्टिकल में भी है. करना क्या होता है, आप में से किसी क्या, आप सबको ही करना होता है. आप सबको अपनी एक इंडेक्स फिंगर को लेना है, अच्छे से प्रेस करना है. आपको हम एक अच्छी सी स्टेराइल नीडल देंगे. नीडल को दूसरे हाथ में पकड़ना है और आपकी इंडेक्स फिंगर को पंचर करना है. पंचर करना है मतलब एक ड्रॉप ऑफ ब्लड निकलना चाहिए. ठीक है. Then we have a small slide. इस स्लाइड पे क्या देंगे, we have 3 drops. Okay, one will be anti A, ये होगा anti A, ये होगा anti B, और ये होगा RH antibody. हाँ, ये भी एक फैक्टर है, मैं बता दूं आपको. So when you give a drop of blood, okay, if you give a drop of blood over here, if the person is belonging to the blood group A, they'll be clot because they'll be anti-A. If the person belongs to the blood group B, they'll be clot because the person agglutination will be there because they'll be anti-B. If the person belongs to negative or positive, that is another factor. So whenever, suppose this is a B positive, okay, B positive hai, so we have 3 drops of blood. Okay, यहाँ पे अग्लूटिनेशन दिख रहा है, यहाँ पे अग्लूटिनेशन दिख रहा है, मतलब एंटी बी में अग्लूटिनेशन दिख रहा है. दैट मीन्स दिस पर्सन हैड द ब्लड ग्रुप बी. दिस agglutination shows that there is a present of factor RH. RH factor को हम लोग rhesus factor भी कहते हैं. There's also a small surface protein present in the RBCs. If the protein is present, the person is positive. If the protein is absent, the person is negative. Okay, so that's a rhesus factor, RH factor. If the RH factor is present, the person is positive. As the blood shows agglutination in this spot, that means there's presence of RH factor. So anti-B is reacting with the antibody B, and the RH factor and that's why how you become positive and negative for the RH factor. Now how this blood grouping is fixed, that's also very important. What determines whether you're going to have antigen A on your RBC or antigen B on your RBC or both the antigens on your RBC? That's a major factor. And what determines is, obviously, what determines everything in our body? Genes. The genes what you receive from your father and mother determines what type of blood group you are going to have. Let's say, what is that? So the genetics, how they decide your blood group. Now you know that we have 2 alleles of every character. One allele, sometimes it is dominant. Let's say capital denotes dominant and small is for recessive. Now alleles of blood grouping, they show codominance. Now what happens? This over here, if your father is blood group A as well as your mother is blood group A, you're having a homozygous dominant condition and the person will have a phenotype of A blood group. If the father is A, mother is A, blood group will be A. If your father is B, mother is B, here will be again a homozygous dominant condition. The progeny or the phenotype will be blood group B. If the father is A and the mother is B, what will happen? We have a codominance. That means the blood group will be AB, presence of both the surface antigens on the RBC surface. Same thing happens if the father is B and the mother is A. Again, both the proteins will be expressed on the surface of the RBC. So the person will have blood group AB. If the father is A and mother lacks any such gene, lacks I said, it's not 0 or O, lacks, then in absence of any other dominant gene, the blood group will be A. This will be A. Father is B, mother is again O, or O blood group means no antigens present, then the progeny will be B. Father is O, vice versa. Father is O, mother is A, progeny will be A. Father is O, mother is B, the progeny will be blood group B. Both the mother and father shows any presence or shows absence of any of the antigens, then and only then the baby will show presence or the progeny will show a phenotype of blood group O. Now, same thing is applied for the Rh factor. If the Rh factor gene is present in the father and in the mother, then the progeny will be positive. If the Rh factor present in the father but the mother lacks it, then the progeny will be positive again. If the father lacks it, if the mother lacks it, then the phylogeny, the progeny will be negative. So students, genetics as well as the antigen antibody reaction plays an important role in determining the blood groups. So that's all about blood groups.